It looks like a roller coaster, towering, twisting, even beautiful. But there's just one difference. No one gets off alive. In today's story, we'll explore the terrifyingly real concept of a machine built for one purpose only: to end human life, painlessly. Who designed it? Why was it built? Could it actually work? And what happens when a society builds a ride to administer death? The idea was first introduced not by a mad scientist, but by an engineer and artist. In 2010, Lithuanian PhD candidate Julijonas Urbonas presented a thesis project unlike any other: the Euthanasia Coaster. It wasn't a joke. It was a speculative design meant to raise ethical questions about life, death, and dignity. At first glance, it resembled any high-end theme park attraction, a sleek, steel coaster towering half a kilometer high. But this ride had one ticket, and it was one way. The proposed design was both elegant and brutal. A slow ascent of 500 meters, offering the passenger time for contemplation, final thoughts, maybe even peace. Then a sudden drop. Gravity does the rest. The track loops 7 times in a row, each curve tightening. The G-force rises above 10 G, enough to push blood from the brain and induce cerebral hypoxia. Death doesn't come instantly, not violently. Instead, passengers experience euphoria, tunnel vision, blackout, and then silence. The question wasn't could it be built. The real question was should it ever exist. Though never constructed, the Euthanasia Coaster sparked international debate. Engineers analyzed the physics. Doctors weighed in on whether 10G was a reliable threshold for brain death. Ethicists asked, is a beautiful death still ethical? Julijonas maintained that the concept was not a death machine, but a mirror reflecting society's deepest discomforts. In places where euthanasia is legal, could a mechanized death be more humane than lethal injection? More dignified than a hospital bed? But not everyone saw it as art. Some governments flagged the concept as dangerous propaganda. Advocacy groups for mental health argued that publicizing such designs could inspire vulnerable individuals. One mental health researcher called it suicide fetishism dressed up as design. Was it ever meant to be real? Behind the art exhibit and speculative design, rumors began to swirl. One unverified report suggested that a private billionaire, fascinated with transhumanism, commissioned a prototype on private land. Urban legend? Possibly. But the implications remain real. What if death could be automated? Personalized? Marketed? And here's the most haunting part: the science works. Every calculation checks out. The coaster could, in theory, do exactly what it promises. Some called it the most ethical death ever engineered. Others called it the most unethical ride ever imagined. Imagine standing in line, alone. The trolley waits. Sterile, quiet. There's no operator. No return trip. You strap in. The slow climb begins. 500 meters of silence. This is not execution. This is not suicide. This is perhaps the most curated goodbye possible. And then, the fall. To this day, the death ride has never been built. But its shadow lingers in bioethics debates, engineering forums, even science fiction. It asks a question few are willing to confront. If death is inevitable, do we deserve a say in how it happens? The Euthanasia Coaster may never be real, but the conversation it started is. And as technology advances, it might not remain fiction forever. Let us know what you think. Is this art or atrocity?